MinSwap DEX is launching really soon, and I have all the details here about their liquidity bootstrapping event. I'll explain exactly what it is, what they're trying to achieve, and how you can take advantage of this particular event to get involved in the MinSwap ecosystem. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.
Hey everyone, I'm Peter Buey. If you really enjoy Cardano related content, please consider giving me a thumbs up, click subscribe, click on the notification bell, and you hear more great Cardano content from me. Now, I've got a breakdown of the MinSwap's latest blog post that they put up on Medium. A lot of people didn't understand it. They've been contacting me and asking for this particular video. So I thought I'd break it down with the key dates that we need to know about, what you need to do between those particular key dates or on those key dates, what you can actually do, and also how you could benefit from all these particular phases that they're bringing out. Now, this liquidity bootstrapping event is very similar to what SundaySwap wanted to do with their taste test. So they wanted to involve a price discovery mechanism on their platform so that they didn't have these massive fluctuations in price when the DEX launched, so that their particular liquidity pair actually had a stabilized price over a period of time. So let's have a look at exactly what's going on here. Let me just pull up the article. So this is their Medium post here. So if you've had a look over it, you've probably understand the details, or you glazed over it all and you have absolutely no idea what's going on. So what I did was I broke that down into a little bit more of a concise blog post on our website. You can find it at cardanode.com.au or in the show notes down below. Now I've got some particular key dates, the key ones here, and it backdates it a little bit. So if you're only getting into the MinSwap ecosystem right now, I'll backdate it a little bit, not far enough, but this should do. So first off, they had their public testnet back on the 25th. If you haven't seen the video of how the testnet works at the moment, please have a look at the link there in the top right-hand corner and you'll be able to see a demonstration of the testnet and see exactly how it works at the moment, how it looks. Now, it has improved since I've done that video, so please check out the live testnet and get familiar with it so that you know how to actually play around with the DEX when it comes to launch. Now, the next key date here on the 12th of February, they had actually had their audit, security audits complete by Twig. Now, they did have a few things that were flagged by the Twig team, but they addressed them very quickly and implemented into their source code for the DEX. So I'm really happy with that process and that they actually went through their security audit. So the very first date that we need to know about is the 24th of February. This starts the initial discovery phase of the MinSwap DEX and discovery phase of the Min token in particular. So the MinSwap team will be providing 100 million Min tokens from the MinSwap's DAO, the Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So there's a whole bunch of tokens set aside from the DAO, and they'll be providing it as liquidity on the DEX. And we as users will be buying into that particular liquidity pair. Now, when we buy the tokens, we'll be given per ADA tokens, it's PURRADA, then those tokens are going to be a representation of our holdings within that particular liquidity pool and liquidity pair. Now, over that period of time, the price will fluctuate and we as users can determine if we think the price of the Min token is too high, too low. If it's too high, then we can take our ADA out. If it's too low, then we can provide more ADA in until the market decides and settles on a fair price for the launching of that particular Min token. Now, there is a particular date that we need to worry about, or think about, I should say, and that is on the 2nd of March, or roughly around then, 2 days before the price discovery stage ends. And this is when they're going to increase a fee or implement a fee into that price discovery mechanism, and they're going to increase it by 25%. So there's 25% fee in there. So if you're putting in 100 ADA, 25% of that will be affected in fees. Now, this is to stop whales coming in at the last minute and manipulating the price of the Min and ADA pair. You can imagine just before launch, a whale coming in with millions of ADA and selling off all their holdings within that particular liquidity pool. And then suddenly when the DEX launches, buying back in and it's a low price, the price shoots up again and then they sell again. So they want to avoid those kind of situations, and this price discovery mechanism can help with that. The other thing that it really helps with is that the fact that there's actually liquidity on the pool itself. So once there is liquidity, people can actually use it and trade against those particular pairs. So liquidity is key in regards to running and operating a good decentralized exchange, or actually any exchange. Now, the next key date that we need to worry about here is the 5th of March to the 13th of March. So this starts the encounter phase of this LBE. During this phase, we can actually redeem our per ADA tokens that we got during the discovery phase for the actual liquidity pool tokens within the DEX itself. So now we'll have an actual representation of our holdings within that liquidity pool. Now, if you didn't participate within the discovery phase, this is also now when you can actually provide liquidity to the particular pools that are set up within MinSwap. The next key date is the 8th of March. On this date, users can swap, provide liquidity, and create their own liquidity pools. So essentially anything they need to be able to do on the DEX itself, you'll be able to do that on the 8th of March. The next and the last key date that we need to worry about is the 14th of March, and this is when yield farming will be available on the DEX itself. Now, for anyone that provided ADA during that very first initial discovery phase, they'll be able to now yield farm and earn an extra bonus in Min tokens. So this is only available for the people that set that initial discovery price and put ADA in at the very beginning. So that is to incentivize people to participate and provide that liquidity at that early stage. And of course, like I said, if there is liquidity, the DEX can work. So along with the liquidity that will help make the decentralized exchange actually work, the other key factor is the user interface and user experience of the DEX. And this is something I absolutely love on MinSwap itself. The UI is very simple. The actual swapping mechanism as well is absolutely cool as well. And some of the Easter eggs that they added in was really lovely, which made this experience really cool. Now, I highly encourage you, if you haven't watched my video overview of using the DEX, please check that out. Again, links are down below in the show notes. Now, I'm really looking forward to seeing MinSwap launch, and we'll see another metric be added to the DeFi Llama under the protocols here for Cardano. So we've got the 5 protocols at the moment, and having another one on there to add in and increase this total value lock, the TVL, which is currently at 178 million. So we can really see the DeFi space in Cardano really wanting to thrive and get in there and participate in what the future of DeFi may look like. And I'm really excited to see and be here at this particular time and see Cardano thrive within the DeFi ecosystem. So that's it for me for this episode. In the next audio episode, in the audio podcast, I'll be talking about NFTs, the evolution of NFTs on Cardano, where it started from and where it is now, and why they are so crucial within the DeFi space, and what the future may look like for Cardano with NFTs as well. So if you really like this type of content, please consider giving me a thumbs up, click subscribe, click on the notification bell, and you hear more great Cardano content from me soon.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.